In the heart of the Andromeda Ocean, a continent stood divided, a land of ambition, faith, and power struggles. What began as a delicate balance between emerging nations would soon erupt into the most destructive conflict in the server's history, the Great War. Before the fires of war, there was promise. Zach Fehrenbruch, fleeing the Republic of Andromeda, founded Basia, a nation seeking its own destiny. To the south, Hoffman established New Jerusalem, a land of faith and perseverance. Meanwhile, the NCR, under Joshua and Stanley, sat on the edge of a crumbling empire, the Syrian Federation. Once a beacon of prosperity, Syriam had fallen into ruin, unable to compete with the financial might of the Republic of Andromeda, ruled by Gavin Locke. A month-long disappearance would change everything. Lucas Bergonia returned to the Syrian Federation, declaring martial law and transforming the nation into a theocracy under the guidance of a new prophet, Jeremy Heston. Bergonia relinquished his rule, handing the empire to Heston and taking on a new role as military commander. With fervor and determination, the newly crowned Holy Emperor, Jeremy Heston, declared the unification of the continent a divine mission. Threatening their neighbors with war, the NCR capitulated without a fight, forming the Holy Syrian Empire. The continent held its breath, uncertain of what would come next. In response to the Holy Syrian Empire's rapid militarization, Gavin Locke convened an urgent summit with Basian leader Zach Fehrenbruch. Together they forged the Southeast Andromeda Treaty, vowing to protect each other from any threat to their sovereignty. Soon, Sam Hoffman's New Jerusalem, facing threats from the Holy Empire, joined the pact. The nations merged their forces into a single unified military, the Southeast Andromeda Coalition, most notably known as SEEK, or more simply, the Coalition. But peace was already slipping away. Heston and Bergonia stood firm in their belief. War was not just inevitable, they believed it was necessary. With tensions at their peak, borders closed, and neutral zones were violated. The tragic miscommunication in the Nether Hub resulted in the death of a Holy Syrian citizen at the hands of a Sikh border guard. The event, known as the Nether Hub Crisis, shattered any hope of peace. Negotiations then began to crumble, and both sides prepared for war. As war loomed, Sikh leaders gathered at Fort Andromeda. A daring plan was conceived: a suicide bombing, the Red River Crossing Bridge, an important and prominent landmark in Red River Village, capital of the Holy Syrian Empire. A Sikh platoon left Fort Andromeda for Syriam, armed with explosives. They traveled through an unfortified Red River village to the bridge, where they unloaded their payload. And then, in a single instant, it began. The Sikh platoon detonated their charges, destroying the bridge and sacrificing themselves in the process. Jeremy Heston, watching from the keep, uttered the now legendary words, "They're here." War had begun. The continent was consumed by fire and fury. Sikh forces pushed into the Red River village, the heart of the Holy Empire, when Stanley fled to the NCR capital, Utopian City, leaving the Holy Syrian Empire without a key leader. Fort Andromeda suffered naval bombardment, economic centers crumbled, and the coalition laid waste to Utopian City, burning it to the ground. Even New Andromeda City, previously declared neutral ground, was not spared. With the Holy Syrian Empire's forces scattered, Heston missing, Bergonia admitted defeat. The Holy Syrian Empire collapsed, its lands reverting to the Syrian Federation. Peace was signed on the shores of Syriam, rain pouring over the broken world. But the war's scars would not heal so easily. The financial devastation of the war led to the siege of Fort Redemption just days later. The Republic of Andromeda, now an occupying force in Syriam, transformed into the sovereign Andromeda Empire, ushering in a new era of military dominance. The old world had fallen, and what remained was a fragile, uncertain peace. The Great War was over, but the echoes of its battles would shape the future forever. The sacrifices made by Sikh forces ensured the survival of free nations against the threat of tyranny. Through blood and fire, they upheld the values of sovereignty and self-determination. Though the world lay in ruins, Their heroism paved the way for a new era, one forged not through conquest, but through unity and resilience. The Great War was over, but the sacrifices of Sikhs warriors would never be forgotten. Their courage and unwavering dedication to freedom shaped the future, proving that even in the darkest of times, the light of sovereignty can never be extinguished.